Okay, Derbyites, we are one day away from the Emmy nominations. I'm here with Rob Licuria from Australia, and we're going to talk about the categories everyone can't get enough of. These are the most exciting categories every year. They are the guest star categories, right, Rob? How great are these?
Oh, look, isn't that what we just live for? It's the guests, really. And you want to know why? It's because they throw in a few names that you weren't expecting. They usually love their celebrities, so you get some really interesting big names as well. And sometimes you get a show that doesn't get any other Emmy attention, but will get a guest acting nod. And so we're always keen to look at these four categories in addition to the big ones.
Yeah, and this is where an underdog like Margot Martindale can win for sitting in a cafe and drinking a cup of coffee for 2 minutes. So these categories are just the best of the best. Um,
Yeah.
but but no, sometimes there are really deserving winners, like Michael Emerson for The Practice. I mean, he came
Yeah.
out of nowhere to win. Uh,
That's right. Pruitt Taylor Vince from The Practice one. He was a really just a journeyman actor that no one had ever heard of. Yeah, lots of people have won that have been really deserving. Then you've had some names who are just big celebrities who kind of did one episode because they felt like doing something different and got an Emmy for it. So there's a balance.
but we shall start with Best Guest Actor in a Drama Series.
Yeah.
And who do you have winning this? And then I'll say mine. I wonder if we have the same person.
Yeah, at the moment, in my number one slot, I have Reg E. Cathy from House of Cards. Do you have him as well?
I have him in number 2, but
Okay.
I should rethink that because he just won last year. And
Yeah.
he didn't really do a lot in his episode, which tells me that they didn't watch the episode. They just went on popularity.
Yeah.
So if he's that popular, he may win again.
Who do you have in your first slot?
Max von Sydow.
Oh, okay.
Game
That's
of
really
Thrones.
smart. You know what? Actually, I don't think I have. I'm just checking this. I don't even have him nominated, and I'll tell you why. I just think that to me, it just seems so obvious a nomination, and we've in the past I've put in actors who I thought were just a shoe in, and they didn't get nominated. And I'm expecting him to be snubbed. But I would love to see him in there though, because I loved his performance in Game of Thrones.
Right.
But with Reggie Cathy, I think in the episode that he is mostly in House of Cards, he's got a lot more to do. He's very aggressive. He's really larger than life, and he's certainly going to be nominated, I think. I mean, I hate saying certainly to be nominated because we don't know what the hell is going to happen tomorrow, but yeah, it seems likely.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's probably the safest bet for a nomination. But I think Max is kind of like the Diana Rigg of the Game of Thrones. Like, she got in every year. She won't get in this year because she was in too many episodes for guest, and they didn't submit her in supporting, which is kind of strange.
Yeah.
But
Oh, no.
third place. Wait, what?
This is the year where she had the most to do. She really had episodes where she could have won the Emmy, and
It's
unfortunately,
true.
now she's not even there. Go ahead.
Third place, I have your best friend, Josh Charles, for The Good Wife. And I know when we watched the finale, I think we were complaining at the time that he was in the episode too much, which is funny because, I mean, we had gone 2 years without seeing this character. But now, Emmy-wise, that's good to be in the episode if you're a guest star. You want to be in the episode a long time. And he got nominated twice before, maybe 3 times.
Yes,
before for this
twice.
role. So
And
I think he's deserves a slot, certainly, and I hope he gets it.
yeah, it was such a really great surprise to see my buddy Josh Charles in the finale. I think what we said when we had our Good Wife chat was that they went to that well one or two too many times, because at first it was like every time that he was in it, the episode was elevated. But then after a while, it was like, stop going to the Josh Charles well. You can't abuse it, and it was just like too much. But for this, if he is nominated and therefore this is his episode, it will be a really interesting battle, because he never won as a supporting actor. This could be a way for them to give him a trophy. And you know how much I really love this character and the actor as well. So it's looking good for him. A lot of people have him predicted, so let's hope so. I have him in 5th place at the moment.
Okay. And who did you have in second?
In second, I've got BD Wong from Mr. Robot, and
yeah.
That's risky because he's not really in it a lot. If the episode that he submitted is the one where Elliot meets with him surreptitiously for like that one scene, he's good, you know, because he plays a transgender. I think he's transgender. I can't remember now. It's been a long time since I've seen that episode. But so he's playing against type, I suppose, and it's an interesting role, and a lot of people have been talking about it. It's not a very big role though, so there's a risk there. What do you think?
I love that actor. I actually don't have him in, but if he gets in, I'm going to be very, very happy. I mean, I've loved him since Jurassic Park,
Yeah,
and then he went on to Special Victims Unit, I think, and a million other things. So it'd be great to finally see him get a nomination.
yeah.
And your third place was?
In my third place, I'm going out on a limb here for Richard Armitage in Hannibal. I do realise that this show is not a show on Emmys radar at all. If it wasn't nominated for its really amazing second season for even like cinematography or music, which it should have been, but I just can't. I can't go past his performance in that show. If you've seen it, people who are watching this, you'll agree with me that he really was just incredible as the Red Dragon in Hannibal. And I'm really, really hoping that if they're going to give one nomination to Hannibal, give it to him.
You're crazy. They don't watch that show. They don't know that show. It's like, I don't know what you're thinking.
I'm crazy. Okay, you're right. Who have you got? What's next in your slots?
Blair Underwood for The Good Wife. This is
Yeah.
someone who, I mean, he's a huge star, and The Good Wife always gets actors in and actresses in for the guest categories. He just had one episode too, which is rare for The Good Wife. Usually they have these long arcs, but he had one strong, impactful episode. I think he is in.
Well, a lot of people are predicting him, and that's really smart. I love Blair Underwood. I got to actually interview him during our pre-Emmy chat season, and it was a real highlight for me. And he's great in that episode, especially in the first couple of scenes.
Yeah,
he's really, really, really good. I actually didn't even have him predicted, only because I put Richard Armitage in there as one of my little no guts, no glory, this has got to happen nominations. But that is a very good call. There could be two good wife actors in here, which is not unheard of for this show.
Yeah, there could be. I mean, Michael J. Fox too. I don't have him predicted, but I mean, he's been nominated twice before, 3 times before, so
yeah,
that's very possible.
Probably just putting him in, like, because they love the reruns.
I wonder who I should take out. Maybe my 5th slot. I have Beau Bridges for Bloodline.
Oh, okay.
They love Beau Bridges. They nominate him for sitting in a coffee shop with Margot Martindale drinking coffee.
Pretty much. Have you seen him in that show yet?
Yes, I think he was only in 3 episodes.
Okay.
But he plays the campaign manager who's trying to get Kyle Chandler nominated for sheriff of the city.
Right. I haven't seen season 2 of Bloodline, and I probably won't get to it for a while. So I don't know, but I know that you don't even have to watch Bloodline to know that's a very good call, because they do love Beau Bridges. He's been nominated so many times. I remember back in the 90s when I was just a child watching the Emmys, and he was nominated for stuff during that time as well. He's very, very popular with his fellow TV actors.
Yeah, and he's gotten in, I think, the past 2 years for Masters of Sex too.
That's right.
I think we all predicted him last year to win for Masters of Sex, but it ended up being Reggie Cathy.
Yeah, that was a surprise. I have another surprising nominee for my 4th slot, and it's Reed Birney from House of Cards. So just wait, let me just argue my case.
The VP?
Yeah, the VP. First of all, this is a really bad reason, and any Emmy pundit who says this should just be shot, so please just be kind. But I really loved his performance in it. That doesn't matter, but it's really, really good, and it's memorable and impactful. And he is a Tony nominee. He is someone who
and
is
he won too.
He won. Sorry, he's a Tony winner. That's what I meant to say. He won. He's not a nobody. He played the Veep in the show. Like, I have 3 House of Cards people in this category this year, and this is my second one. Our good mate Paul Sheehan is also predicting him. So if Paul's predicting him, then surely I must be right.
Right. I love that pick. I don't have enough room in my ballot to add him in. But if he got nominated, I'd be very, very happy. I mean, he's such a lovable character on that show, and that show is filled with creeps and evil.
Yeah.
He's like one positive light that shines through.
Right.
Who's your 3rd House of Cards guy?
is Paul Sparks, and he plays the writer.
Okay.
I just, first of all, I really, really like that character, and I think he was in the Girlfriend Experience as well, and so he has some visibility, and I just think he's had a lot of really good roles lately. I remember him from Deadwood.
Who was he in Deadwood?
Yeah, he was like the crazy drunk guy in Deadwood. I can't remember that. It's been such a long time. It goes in, it goes out. But I really like Paul Sparks, and I think he's a possibility. I saw him on the ballot and thought, well, that stands out to me, because I would even vote for him for the Girlfriend Experience. But in House of Cards, I think he's got a shot. Look, I acknowledge I have 3 House of Cards guys here. I don't think all 3 of them will make it. Reggie Cathy's a certainty as far as I'm concerned. The other 2 are on the borderline, and then I've got Richard Armitage. So people, don't listen to me. I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Well,
Marcus, who have you got?
I think if you're a movie star, you have a really good shot of getting in a guest. Or if you're on a show they watch, you have a really good chance. Like they watched The Practice back in the day, so of course Michael Emerson would get it. They're watching House of Cards, so of course Reggie Cathy and maybe these other guys will get in. So yeah, you could be onto something.
So who have you got in your last slot?
My last slot, Pablo Schreiber, Orange is the New Black.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah. So what? Tell me, it's been a long time since I've seen him on the show. What did he do? What did Pornstache do in season 3?
I think it was only 1 episode. He's in prison now for impregnating the woman, but he didn't really do it. And his mother, played by Mary Steenburgen, comes to visit him, and it's just a really quick scene or a couple of scenes. But I have him in because he's been in before, and they like to name check, repeat nominees. Yeah. So I should have Michael J. Fox in based on that. So I don't know.
And I know, and you know what? With Pablo Schreiber, for the first season, he should have been nominated and wasn't. For the second season, he was nominated, didn't do a lot. And then for the third season, which is what we're talking about, he didn't do a lot. So it makes sense that they nominate him again. Yeah. That's how it works sometimes. They don't actually pay attention to what they're nominating. And he's, first of all, really excellent, such an iconic character from that show. And I think Orange, I agree with you. I think I agree with you. I know it's Ralph who says, who convinced me that Orange is the New Black is a dark horse. It's not going to be forgotten like a lot of people think.
I know.
It's going to be mentioned a few times tomorrow, and I think this could be one of them.
Right. Did you list all 6 of yours?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go to the kind of the experts' combined predictions.
Yeah.
They're naming a lot of the ones we did. Jussie Smollett is in 8th place for Underground.
Yeah, I saw that.
Robert Wagner, NCIS, is in 9th place. That could happen based on name recognition alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan for The Walking Dead. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
John Carroll Lynch for The Walking Dead. Oh, and then Sebastian Arcelus for House of Cards.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a good list.
It's a pretty damn good list. I think with some of those expert picks, I don't really know where they're coming from. Jussie Smollett is a good choice though, and he's really good in Empire as well. Mm-hmm. But I just can't. I don't know if Underground is going to do that well. I hope it does, but I'm a bit skeptical. And then Robert Wagner, that's a good point, because they do nominate like legends in shows that never get any traction, like
Bob Newhart.
Yeah, so maybe.
Should we move on to drama guest actress now?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's move on.
I'm curious if we both have the same person winning, because
we probably do.
A lot of the experts do. Ellen Burstyn.
Yeah.
For House of Cards.
Oh, I actually have her in second, but yes, she's probably going to win.
So who do you have winning?
At the moment, I have Laurie Metcalf and Horace and Pete. And look, this is a risky one, because they're either going to really go for Horace and Pete, or they're going to completely ignore it. And I have a feeling they're going to really go for it, because it's just in their wheelhouse. They love the Louis C.K. vibe. I think it's a really deserving show, and her performance in it blew me away. I heard all this hype and I just ignored it for a bit, and then I eventually watched it, and I was completely astounded by her performance in it. Have you seen it yet?
I've seen the pilot, so she was not in that episode, but
yeah, watch episode 3.
I think I will if she gets. I mean, I know I will if she gets nominated, because I like to watch all of the performances. But yeah, that's why I don't have her in, because I haven't seen the specific episode yet.
Yeah, but listen, Ellen Burstyn in House of Cards is such a smart choice. In fact, they might as well just engrave her name on it because
Yeah.
she wins often for even for nothing. And we all know about the Ellen Burstyn rule, right? So let's not even go there. She's so good in House of Cards. She really is really, really good as this really awful mother in House of Cards.
It's one of the rare times she actually deserves the Emmy that she will be accepting.
Yeah.
I mean, because you're right. She's done so many things that sometimes she gets nominated for things maybe she shouldn't be nominated for. But I mean, I'd be happy with her winning because she deserves. She played a really, really good role, gave a really great performance on a show that they're watching. Again, they're really, really watching House of Cards.
They are. So that's well. Who have you got in your second spot?
Cicely Tyson, How to Get Away with Murder.
Well,
And
a repeat.
She got in last year. I thought she would win last year. I was predicting her to win.
That's right.
This year, she's only in one episode, and it's the episode where Viola Davis goes to her house. She plays her mother. So they have, one-on-one screen time. They're fighting, they're laughing, they're arguing. It's just basically it's like an hour of family drama. And if they're watching the episodes, she could win.
That's really smart, Marcus. Once again, I'm now worried that I haven't given her enough thought. The reason why I didn't include her in my list, and I should, because I've got some really good outsiders in this, but is because she's also in House of Cards, and I figured that I hate this word, but there might be a bit of vote splitting. I hate that. It's a stupid excuse, but that's what I'm going with.
I thought so too, but I'm going to give a little spoiler for the Gold Derby TV Awards. People are sending their ballots to me and to Chris and to Daniel. Every ballot I've had that had her name on it was for How to Get Away with Murder. Not a single vote for Cicely Tyson for House of Cards. So there's absolutely zero vote splitting. They're all rallying around murder.
I thought she was so good in House of Cards, though. Like, really, especially when she's with the Lisa Gay Hamilton, who plays her daughter. Really, really good. Excellent. And I remember last year I was arguing with you and saying Cicely wouldn't win because I was calling her Sassily Tyson. She's just too sassy. But I don't know if she's still as sassy in this season.
Yeah, kind of sassy. I mean, no matter what, no one expected Margot to win. I mean,
no.
But speaking of Margot, do you have her? I hope so. You have her predicted.
I do have her predicted. Down the bottom in fifth.
I have her fourth. Yeah.
She didn't do a lot this time as well. She did a little bit more, but not a lot.
Americans writers, why not just give her an episode, like a Claudia episode from beginning to end?
A flashback, something.
Yeah, something.
This is Margot freaking Martindale. She's like one of the greatest actors on TV now. They'll just nominate her for anything. And this would just be one of those nominations that seems to happen every year. But you know what? Maybe they won't. Maybe they paid attention to all the hype and all the criticism from last year, and maybe they won't do it this time. I don't know, but I've got her in there.
I've got her in there too.
Have you put her in your supportings as well for Good Wife? Because I don't.
I have her in supporting for Good Wife. Yeah.
Okay, good to know. Okay, well, in my third spot, I've got Natasha Lyonne from Orange is the New Black.
Okay.
And some of that is because of my bias for her, because I'm currently almost at the end of season 4. I've been binging that the last few nights, and I'm absolutely and utterly besotted by the show again. I love it, love it, love it. And I have a feeling a lot of Emmy voters would have been in the same boat.
I am adding her as we speak because you're right. She's going to get in.
She's so much better in season 4 than season 3 she's great, but in season 4 she's just like she could win next year.
Yeah.
And because of that, because people are binging the show and watching her in season 4, they're going to remember that, she was actually pretty good in season 3. And there's not a lot of guest actresses from that show on this ballot, so I think she's got a very good chance.
Right. So, okay, I just added her. I took out Stockard Channing, by the way, for The Good Wife.
Okay.
I feel like I put in Stockard Channing every year, and she never gets in.
That's the problem with Stockard Channing. I generally put her in every year, and it doesn't happen. It just seems like such an obvious nomination. She won for The West Wing, didn't she? Or she was nominated as a supporting actress in one year when she only had 3 episodes. I remember that very clearly. She's a favourite. She's in Greece, and yet she cannot get any traction for a show that gets a lot of its actresses nominated. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
It's very strange. My third place, Allison Janney for Masters of Sex. She's in every year. This is the 3rd season, but she won for season 1. She was nominated for season 2. I think it's a lock. Do you have her?
I don't have her, but I agree with you that you are. It's pretty smart for you to put her in. I think I'm in denial. I'm in some serious denial about that show. I just can't bring myself to put it in anything, and that is a stupid thing to say, but
Is it because you love the show so much and
no, because I just don't like it, and it does anything. But Alison Janney could be in NCIS, and we would have to consider her.
right.
Nothing against NCIS or Castle or one of those shows that don't get any Emmy traction, but she's Alison freaking Janney. She's one of the big names for Emmy voters. So
She's won what, 4 for The West Wing,
yeah,
1 for Masters of Sex, 2 for Mom. So she's at 7, I believe.
yeah.
So this would be 8.
And she's got
and then-
like 11 nominations. Like she wins most of the time. When she's nominated, she's pretty much going to win. So I don't have her, but I do have. This is my one of I always have those few that I kind of put in there just for fun and hoping that it will happen. But I have Patti LuPone from Penny Dreadful. That is a show that is not really on the radar, but it's Patti LuPone. She, again, just like Reed Birney, she is more of a Broadway veteran. She's known for her Broadway work. She's very good in Penny Dreadful, from what I can see. I don't watch the show regularly though. What do you think? Is that even a possibility?
I think that's kind of a crazy pick, to be honest. It's a show we know they're not watching that show.
They're not.
Maybe she gets on a name recognition, but was she on American Horror Story a few seasons back, and she didn't get nominated for that?
That's true. I think I'll probably have to take her out. I hate these last minute picks because this is what burns us, but I might take her out and put
in
Janney. Yeah, all right. But who do you have in your last slot? I've got Carrie Preston.
Oh yeah, Carrie Preston too.
Okay, at least we agree on that.
I think she's just so beloved, and she's a Gold Derby fan as well. We should point out.
Of course, she loves us. We've worked tirelessly over the years to get her nominated, and then she finally got nominated, and I'm so happy to see that. And then she won. That's like one character that she has really inhabited that she will always be remembered for. Like, she's not a huge celebrity, big name actress, but she's made a name for herself because of this character. That's pretty cool.
And there's going to be a Good Wife spinoff with Christine Baranski, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm hoping they have Carrie Preston on the show, maybe as a guest star, maybe as a supporting player. That would be great.
What Carrie Preston's doing now. Like, she doesn't have True Blood anymore, and what she'll be doing as a regular, we'll see.
Some of the experts' predictions. Wait, did you list all of your 6?
Yeah.
Okay. Some of the experts are picking Annette Mahandru for
that's a good call.
And for the X-Files. Kathleen Turner for The Path.
Oh, that's a good one.
Marissa Tomei for Empire. Sarah Silverman, Masters of Sex.
Okay.
And then Mary Steenburgen, Orange is the New Black.
Yeah, I like all of those. In fact, in my own personal awards that I do every year, I have like 3 of those names. So I totally would love to see some of that happen, but I don't know. It's hard to say.
Right. And Cynthia Nixon for The Affair. She had a great episode where, I don't know if you watched The Affair, but it was basically a therapy session between her and Dominic West. Is that his name? Yeah. And it's just like talking, like an hour of just talking.
Oh, so great. That's fodder for, and investors love that shit. So, okay, there you go. Shall we move on?
Yes. What is next?
The comedy Blokes.
I like this category.
Me too. There's a lot of Saturday Night Live in it.
True. I have 3 SNL people, and I have 2 Veep guys.
Oh, yeah, I'm just looking at your predictions, and where am I? I have 1, 2. I only have 2 Saturday Night Live guys. So obviously we both have Larry David in first spot.
Yeah, he's probably going to win.
If you don't have Larry David in your first spot, change it, because he's going to win.
Tell us in the comments, like, why do you not have him? Write it in the comments.
Yeah, write it in the comments why you don't think he'll win, because as far as I'm concerned, he never won for Curb Your Enthusiasm. He's playing Bernie Sanders, and he played him really well. It's in the zeitgeist, the whole Bernie phenomenon, and this could be a way to give him a trophy.
Mm-hmm. And then, who do you have in second?
I have Bob Newhart in The Big Bang Theory, and that is just a name check. He won before. Let's do it again.
I need to put him in. I'm going to take out Steve Buscemi for Portlandia. I'm putting in Bob Newhart right now. That's true. I forgot about him.
Okay, and who have you got?
Okay, so second place is Tracy Morgan for SNL. I don't
Yeah.
think he did, you know, a phenomenal job that deserves an Emmy, but the story behind that was very, very touching. How he got in the car wreck. This was really his first public appearance after appearing at the Emmy Awards.
Yeah.
And I think that will help him get a nomination.
I have him in fourth too. I think that is a very, very good call. And yeah, I don't really have much more to add to that. I just think, yep, he'll be in there.
Yeah. And then my third SNL guy is Fred Armisen.
Yeah. Okay. That makes a lot of sense.
He got in for Portlandia 2 years ago, which was a shocker. So we know that they know who he is, that they like him. Portlandia gets in every year, so I think I have him in fifth place. Maybe I should put him down in sixth. Actually, I'm going to do that. I'm going to put him in sixth.
I don't have him. I'm a huge fan of Fred Armisen, but I don't have him predicted only because I just didn't find room. But I could probably swap him out because at the moment I've got Louis C.K. from Portlandia, and I just put him in there because of his name. And then I don't think a lot of Emmy voters would do the same. I don't know if a lot of voters are watching Portlandia. They probably have seen a bit of it, but they're going to see Louis C.K., Portlandia, and that could just be like a tick.
Yeah. Who do you have from Veep? Do you have any Veep guys?
Yeah, I do. I have Peter McNichol, and that's solely because I am completely and utterly in love with that character. Every time that he was on the screen in Veep, I would just start laughing.
He was such a cuss bucket.
So great. I love that. The more swearing, the better. He was such a horrible, mean guy, but so likable. Like, that's Peter McNichol. There's something about his face that just makes you want to like him. He was so good at Ally McBeal. He won for Ally McBeal.
And it's such a departure from that character because he was very meek and mild on Ally McBeal. Here he's like over the top and just screaming and cussing at everyone. I think they like that range.
They do. I might even put him up higher. I'm just looking at some of our other colleagues, like our good friend Matt Noble has him in second. So yeah, I think that's almost pretty much a lock for me. But you have another guy from Veep. Who else have you got?
Martin Mull, who he had a good, overall story. I don't know if he had a great episode, if they are watching episodes, but he's been around the business forever. I'm gonna look right now if he has a nomination. I don't know if he does.
I don't think he does.
Do you think I'm wrong to put him in there?
No, I think that's a pretty good call. I don't know who else is on the ballot for Veep. A lot of the guys are in supporting, so because I would always have someone like Kevin Dunn, but he's in the supporting ballot.
This would be his very first Emmy nomination.
He's never been. I remember back in the day when he was on Roseanne, and was never nominated as a guest for that. So that would be really cool to see him. Anyone that was ever on Roseanne is usually very high on my list. That's why I got people like Laurie Metcalf and Estelle Parsons and people like that. So yeah, that's really cool. That means there's one more slot that I haven't discussed, and I think the same goes for you. Do you have Bradley Whitford from Transparent?
No, I don't.
But that's probably a good idea. I'm really wavering on this because he won last year, but he had a really good episode, and I think that matters to some extent. But this season, he's playing like the German guy in the flashbacks, and he doesn't do a lot. And I just don't know. That's going to be a name check one.
Right. I may put him in just for the name check part. Even if the voters haven't seen Transparent, they just love this guy.
I love the guy, and I love the show. Like, Transparent is the cool show at the moment. It's what whenever I'm speaking to actors or people in the industry, they usually say Transparent is a show that they really admire. There's something about that show that people love, and I think it's going to get in almost everywhere.
Well, who should I take out? Okay, Larry David, Tracy Morgan, Peter McNichol, Martin Mull, Bob Newhart, Fred Armisen. Should I take out Fred Armisen?
No, don't do it. Take out Bob Newhart. That could be a red herring.
I don't know. He won 2 years ago, right? And he was nominated last year.
Yeah.
Didn't he die on the show? Like, I don't watch the show.
I don't watch The Big Bang Theory anymore. I'm going to take out. You know what? I'm not going to take it anyone. I'm just going to see what happens. I can't. I hate the last minutes. I hate it. I can't do it.
It's almost literally last minute because the nominations will be announced in like 12 hours or something.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so the experts are going with everyone we picked, and Judd Hirsch for The Big Bang Theory, David Cross, Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. You and I don't have any Kimmy Schmidt people.
No.
Liam Neeson, Inside Amy Schumer. William Fichtner for Mom. Jeff Goldblum for Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. If I were to put a Kimmy Schmidt person, it would be Jeff Goldblum.
Really? Okay. I was very underwhelmed by that second season, so I'm a little bit biased against it, but just a little bit. Except for Titus Burgess, who I just think is
fantastic,
complete lock, and it's fantastic.
And then Bill Murray for Angie Tribeca, Wallace Shawn for Mozart in the Jungle, and Ryan Gosling SNL.
Okay, there's some good choices there. I would have thought someone like oh god, I'm just getting a blank now. Mozart in the Jungle could be a possibility. Maybe I should be thinking about Wallace Shawn. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
Last category, comedy guest actress.
So, I'm pretty sure you're going to have who I have. So, well, yeah, no, you don't.
Oh no.
Okay. You have. I can see from this. You have Tina Fey and Amy Poehler. That is 100% correct. I'm going to move them up to number one.
I'm curious, who did you have in number one?
Ellen Burstyn.
Oh, okay.
Because it's the Ellen Burstyn rule, and I thought she was really good in Mom too, actually. So I don't know what to tell you here. I think Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, this is an experiment. This is the first time it's ever happened, having two people nominated for a slot, and that's because they're playing hosts, and that because we don't have the performance in a variety series category anymore, which is really annoying. But here they are. It would be such a great thing to see them both win for this and finally give Amy Poehler an Emmy. I'm willing it to happen. It needs to happen.
It's mostly wishful thinking because I don't think the episode was that great. I know there was a lot of hype. It was the Christmas episode, right? And I'm just willing it to happen so that history will be made. This is the first time there'll be two people winning. Do they each get an Emmy or do they have to share it? We'll have to find that out.
Cut it in half? I don't know. They probably will have to get one each.
Hopefully Tina gives it to Amy because Amy has 0 and Tina has 10. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay.
Ellen Burstyn, though, I have her in 6th place because nothing from Mom has ever been nominated besides Alice and Janney. Nothing for like the multicam editing or the lighting or like 0 nominations. So I'm hesitant, but she's Ellen Burstyn, so I have her in 6th place.
That's a very good call because like you get shows like your number one favorite show of all time, Two Broke Girls, who is nominated for which is nominated for like a choreography or whatever, I don't know, and then you don't get something like Mom, which has already got 2 Emmys on its mantle because of Alice and Janney, but nothing gets nominated from that show. It's a Chuck Lorre show. It's one of his best shows.
It's the best multicam on TV.
Yeah, it is actually the best. It's the only one that I watch. So go figure. That's weird. So I don't know. Okay. Well, I have her in first, so I'm going to move her down. In second, I've got Christine Baranski from The Big Bang Theory. She's going to return. She's been nominated before. What do you think?
I have her in 4th place. I think she's been nominated a couple times for this role, including last year. I think she's a favorite of the Academy, of the TV Academy, and she could win too. She could win for the final season of The Good Wife, and she could win for this.
Yeah, geez, that'd be cool. So then, who do you have in third?
Angelica Houston, Transparent.
Yeah, I've got her in 5th. I think that's a good call. She was good in that, and that's a big name. That's she's an Oscar winner. She's she's in Transparent, so she's already got 2 like ticks on her name.
She's in a show that they're watching, and she's a big name. I think that convinces me she'll be in.
Yeah. So then I also have we talked about Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, but I also have Melissa McCarthy from Saturday Night Live.
Okay.
She's been nominated 2 or 3 times now for her. I think twice for her work on that show. And on Mike and Molly, she's just got Ghostbusters out.
That's true.
I think she is the best, and I just have to have her in the category.
She's my favorite host that comes back every year.
Every year. I
don't have her though.
Okay.
I have Amy Schumer for SNL.
Really? Okay. That's not a bad call because she's really hot right now. She's still hot from last year.
Yeah.
When she won. And she's nominated. She'll be nominated probably as a comedy actress. So why not? That's a possibility. I think it's one or the other. I doubt they'd go with both. So we'll see.
I'm having second thoughts. I'm going to give it a few hours, and then I may take out Schumer.
Ruminate. Yeah. Just remember, like, you do a lot of last-minute picks, and then it bites you on the bum.
I know. I think the rule is to just go with who's been nominated before.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do it. So McCarthy, I'm doing it right now.
Right. So easy.
But what about Tina Fey solo for Kimmy Schmidt?
Yeah, that's a good call. She was nominated before when she was basically playing Marsha Clark, and I love Tina Fey. I just think she should be nominated for everything she does. She's such a great comedian and actress and writer. But I don't have her in here. I don't know, because I just didn't have room for her because I have someone else in my sixth spot, which is a bit of a wishful thinking one. But yeah,
I have Tina in second place. I think, first of all, it'd be the worst thing in the world if she is nominated, you know, for Kimmy Schmidt and for SNL, and she wins for Kimmy Schmidt, because then she doesn't get to share with Amy. That would just be the worst thing. But she really, really deserves it for Kimmy Schmidt. She's playing essentially two characters. She's playing the therapist, you know, during the day, and she's playing the drunk version at night. And there's even that great scene where she's on the phone, like talking or watching a video of her drunken self. So it's like two characters in the same scene. It's really, really good.
Okay. Yeah, you have a good point. Yeah, I might have to put her in, because at the moment I've got Estelle Parsons, and I know
for what?
Doing for what? For Grace and Frankie. She's really good in that. I get it. I don't really watch that show, but it's Estelle freaking Parsons, and I just think I want to put her in there for fun, but I'll probably have to take her out. I think Tina Fey, Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt is a much better choice.
It's a smarter choice, right?
Yeah, it is smarter, but man, can you know what the worst thing to happen is you make some left field choices, and then you get all nervous and you take some of them out. And then the ones that you kept in don't get nominated. The ones that you take out do get nominated, and you can't then boast about how wonderful you are as a predictor.
I know. My goal is just to do better than last year.
Right. Okay.
I'll have to go back and look.
My goal is just to do better than all of my fellow editors. But that never happens. I'm always at the bottom, and that's fine.
I think Paul looked it up. Paul Sheehan and Matt Noble did the best last year, so we have to beat them. We have to beat them. You know, our good buddy Matt, he's a dark horse. I should just go and copy his. Yeah. And then maybe that'll be better. So who are the experts looking at? Oh, right. So besides the one we mentioned, Anna Camp from Kimmy Schmidt. That's a good call.
Yeah, she was good in that.
Claire Danes, Master of None.
Okay.
Andrea Martin for Modern Family.
Yep.
Lisa Kudrow, Kimmy Schmidt. That was a really good episode. I wish I had more slots because I would put her in.
No. Yeah.
Laurie Metcalf, Big Bang Theory.
Okay.
Ariana Grande, SNL. And then Rita Moreno for Jane the Virgin. Lots of good choices.
Lots of good choices. So much to choose from. It's really just a Sophie's choice. Well, we'll see. These categories are exciting, and hopefully they'll give us some really interesting stuff for us to watch in the next few weeks when we come back and give everybody our analysis of the episodes.
All right. Have a good day. We'll see you guys next time.